Phishing happens when you get an email, a suspicious email, we would say, or an email which looks like that it is coming from a legitimate source, but actually it's not, right? And they will pass you a link in which when you click, you will be either redirected to a login page, or they will make you download something into your system, and that's when you fell for the trap, right? Or they will take you to an offer place where they will take your credentials and everything. Same thing is done over the voice calls as well. That thing is known as your wishing. Heard about this term? VISHING, wishing. Wishing happens when you get a voice call. So they will give you, like they will lure you to the, kind of an offer, or they will say, sir, hi, ma'am, we are calling from this bank. Okay. Uh, you have an account in our bank and something like this. And, like for example, credit card. So we have an offer right now, or you are eligible for an offer where you can increase your credit card limit. And along with that, you will be getting a lot of offers, etc., etc., etc. So when phishing is done over the voice call, that is termed as wishing. Okay, so the reason I'm telling this, as I told you, I have a very close link with the scamming part. So back in the days, I was not a scammer though, but I was into website development. Okay, I used to create websites. When I got a job, it was a startup company. I was happy that okay, it's a startup company, and because you get to learn a lot in a startup company. So I was pretty much happy with that part. After a month or something, like when I was working over there, my manager, he came up to me and my manager said that, Sayam, I want you to create 4 to 5 websites within a week. Now you have visited a lot of web application and websites, right? There are multiple pages, isn't it? And thousands lines of codes are required to create a website, isn't it? Right? So it's not a 1 day job, neither a 4 to 5 days job. It takes a lot of amount of time to create a website. I told the same to my manager that so this will not be possible because of these reasons. Now, he said, no, I do not want you to do much. All I want you to do is create 4 pages in a website. Home, you might have seen the same, right? Contact us in every website, about us, and a login page. He just wanted these 4 pages. That's it. I said, that's fine. That is doable. But still, I might be able to create only 1 or 2 websites within a week because I have 5 days working only. I cannot work more than that. And, whatever the reasons were there. He said, okay, fine. Almost month or two, I did that. I created plenty of websites for them. Okay. And now what happened? This was monsoon time. Okay. It was like raining like cats and dogs. It was raining heavily. So I reached to my station. I used to take metro. I reached to my station, and nearby the water was clogged everywhere. Drainage system, right? So water was clogged, so I wasn't able to take a commute, or I was not able to reach to my location. I told my manager this is the scenario, and due to this, I might not be able to reach office today. He said, "Do not worry, you can reach out to another location." I was surprised to hear that we have another location. I reached to another location. I took metro, reached to another station. Okay, went to the another office. I was surprised to see that because as soon as I opened the door, I was quite amazed with that office because it was, quite big, full of amenities and proper clean. The place where I was working before, it was quite a small thing, like a rat hole. Now, what happened? The sitting arrangement over there was in a C shape. And I was sitting somewhere over here in the center. People started joining in. My one left row on my left, it got filled, and right row also got filled. When they started walking, like they sat on their seat, they wore their headset, opened their system, and started having some calls. People on my left hand side were speaking English in US accent. People on my right hand side were speaking Japanese. Okay. So they were continuously having some conversation. So by the look and feel of it, what do you think was going on? If I have to ask you. What happened? I was also in the same impression. After 15-20 minutes, a person from here started shouting, yes, yes, I did a transaction of XYZ amount. I was still like, okay, maybe a client made a payment, right? Or yeah, a client made a payment, or a deal got closed, whatsoever. They might be giving any kind of a online services like that. But again, after a couple of minutes later, again, someone from this side said the same thing. Okay, I did a transaction of this much amount. Okay, another deal might have got closed. But what I noticed the entire day, everyone was talking about the same thing. That I did a transaction of this amount, I did a transaction of that amount, I did a transaction of this amount, etc. etc. That is something that made me skeptical. That how is it possible that everyone is getting the amount on the same day? How is it possible? Right? That made me kind of a suspicious in this part. That everyone is getting a payment on the same day. So that is something need to be looked out for. So I made a friend on this site and I asked him like, dude, what's really going on? Everyone is talking about money, you know, uh, that you got this amount of money, you got this amount, that amount of money, that the transaction. How is it possible? How you guys are doing this kind of a transaction so much? Then he told me what actually is happening. So they were scamming people in US as well as in Japan. How they were scamming? Remember, I was creating some website, right? So as a developer, my job was just to create the websites. I had no idea what was happening. So what they were doing, um, has it ever happened with you that when you visit a website, you get a pop-up? Ever happen? That let's suppose you visit a website www.xyz.com. So we get a pop-up, right? To accept terms and conditions, to accept the cookies. So what was happening with my website is, okay, I created them so that they can look genuine. And those websites which was asked to design or to create were very generic. When I say generic, what I mean is, um, for online tutor classes, online guitar classes, online like for the plumber services, those kind of websites were created, very generic, which people tend to look out for on a day-to-day basis. And on those websites, what they were doing, first of all, first of all, there was another developer who was tweaking my codes. Okay, they were adding just merely 4 to 5 lines via which that pop-up will appear on the screen. Just like pop-up of terms and condition, similarly there will be a pop-up which will be covering the entire page. And a threat or warning message will be given over there that your system is at risk, because it has malware or malicious software. You might lose your data, etc., etc. To troubleshoot it, call on this number. But the big question is how the victim landed on that website, correct? Okay, let's suppose my website was regarding guitar lessons, online guitar tutor. When the website was created, let's suppose the website name is www.guitartutor.com. Let's suppose. And let's suppose Vikram is in a need of a guitar lesson. Okay. So you Google like online guitar
Mm-hmm.
tutor or something like that.
Yeah.
You will see in Google lot of results will be there. Correct?
Correct.
Thousands of results will be there. How
Mm.
my website landed, or how my website was reached to that victim is by using digital marketing. When you visit the Google and you search for something, in some websites they are ranked on the top, and ad
Correct.
is written on the site of them. So they
Mm-hmm.
buy the Google ads. With the help of those ads, this website was ranked on the top. Certain clicks are given to you. Like, for example, if I give some money to Google for Google ads,
Mm-hmm.
um, so they will allow, like, okay, you will get 100, 200 clicks, only that much. So till 200 clicks, my website will be ranked on the top, like that. So humans, people are very lazy, right? They will prefer to go and click on the very top one without knowing about the legitimacy. So let's suppose Vikram clicked on my link. Now Vikram clicked on my link, okay, that guitar training, and then as soon as he opened the website, he got that warning message. Now when he got the warning message, Vikram thought, oh, my system, is having some issues or some problems. I need to fix it. So in order to fix it, you called on the number which was mentioned on this warning message. And that's how the link was created between the victim and the scammer. So now scammer said to the victim made a call to the scammer. So scammer said, okay, sir, we will, troubleshoot your system. For that, we need the access. Have you heard about tools like AnyDesk or TeamViewer? So now this will give you the remote control access. For those who do not know about this TeamViewer or AnyDesk, it means, let's suppose Vikram is there and I'm the scammer. So I can ask Vikram to share the credentials of their TeamViewer or AnyDesk, and through that I can have the entire access of his system, complete access, and I can do whatever I want to. So these scammers, they they were continuously over the call. Main thing over here is manipulation. So these scammers were continuously over the call, and they were manipulating the victim even while doing the troubleshooting. And they barely do anything, to be very honest, in the name of troubleshooting, because there was no harm to the system, but they were just faking it, testing around and something like that. After 15-20 minutes, while being on the call continuously, manipulating the victim, and just to showcase that, okay, we are troubleshooting. After that, they will say, so we are done. Now it's time for the payment. And they will ask the victim to make the online payment only, like net banking. So victim will open the page on his system only to make the payment, right? And now let's suppose if the payment is of $20, let's suppose. Meanwhile, over here, this scammers also says to the victim that, okay, sir, we are done over here and we have revoked our access. Now you have the entire control. You just need to make the payment. Now, that's a complete lie. Sometimes they still have the control to the system. Now, when the victim is going for the $20 payment, and before that victim hits the pay button, these scammers again distract the victim, increase the zero, and go for the pay button because they still were having the control of that system. So this is something which I have seen. Okay. And that is one of the ways the scams were done. And it's kind of an old technique now, though. Okay. But yeah, this is one of them. All right. And the reason, main thing is over here is the voice call, which I was talking about. Main manipulation, main attack started with that voice call. Okay. So this is something known as vishing. Vishing. Same thing. Have you ever got an SMS where they will say, "Oh, sir, you have won a lottery or you have won a prize or something."
I have received one of those before.
Perfect. So if you've received those things, That is known as smishing. So they will give you a link. They will say, "Oh, so avail your prize. You have won a prize. Click on this link to avail it." Something like that. And as soon as you click on the link, you fell for the trap. Are you talking about top scams and red flags, especially in India? But this is not limited over here only. It can be done anywhere. So we have UPI and QR scam. Okay. Phishing, Q, phishing is there, wishing is there, smishing is there, and quishing is also there. Quishing. QUISHING. This is regarding the QR codes. Um, in India, digital payments are, there. We can make the digital payments um, using scanning the QR codes that will be linking directly to your bank account. Okay, that can be done. These payments, UPI or QR based payments, can be done in India. Now, what they have the QR code in every places, be it restaurant, be it, we individually or for our bank accounts also, we have a QR code for the digital
Uh,
payment. So what happens when you scan it, okay, you get my bank details and then you're transferring the amount over there. Okay. Yeah. Let's suppose when you went to a restaurant, you might have seen instead of providing a menu in a hard code, they will give you a QR code. Once you scan the QR code, a link will be there. And when you go to that link, the entire menu will be open. Okay. These are different scenarios. Yes. Similarly, is for the payment part where the payments can be done. In the scanner, what they are doing, they are using the scanners. These UPI QR scams are happening. So fraudsters, they send a QR code or a payment request pretending to refund money or to make a purchase. So instead of receiving money, the victim unknowingly approves a debit transaction over here. This has happened with my cousin. What happened? You might have heard about OLX platform. So my cousin, my brother, he was selling his bed, okay, the entire furniture over there. And okay, let's suppose this is the bed. Yeah, he was trying to sell out his bed on OLX. A person connected with him, okay, a buyer, we can say, a buyer connected with my cousin that okay, that sir, we I want to buy your this bed. What's the amount? So they had a conversation. He tried to manipulate him. Now let's suppose the deal was done in terms of 20,000 bucks or 20,000 INR, okay, Indian rupees for 20,000. Now, when it was time to make the payment, so my brother, who was the seller, he said, "Okay, I will sell it for 20,000. You have to make." No, no, sorry, my bad. The deal was done around 10,000. Okay, this pen is not working. Anyway, so let's not stick to the figure. Let's suppose the payment was 20,000. Now, the seller, he said to the buyer that, okay, the payment is 20,000, you have to do that. Generally, what happens, the seller will be giving his QR code to the buyer. So, buyer will scan that QR code and make the payment. That's a normal scenario. But this buyer somehow manipulated that seller or my brother, and this buyer sends his own QR code to the seller. QR code was given by the buyer. It should be opposite. But here the QR code was sent by the buyer. Whatever the way he manipulated, but he manipulated somehow. that maybe, sir, I want to test whether this QR code is working fine or not. Please try to drop 1 rupees in my account so that I can have an idea that my account is working. Whatsoever that buyer might have pitched or that scammer might have pitched, he sends the QR code to my brother or that seller. He scans the QR code, and somehow that 20,000 of a transaction was done from my cousin's account, from the seller's account. The transaction was not done from the buyer's account. It was done from the seller's account. So a lot of cases are there. A seller posts an item on OLX. A buyer says, I will send you, let's suppose, 5,000 in advance. Just scan this QR code. Once scanned, money goes out, not in. So what are the red flags for these kind of scams? Is like if someone insists on scanning their QR code or accepting a request to receive money, that's a red flag. If you're told to act quickly, that offer expires in 10 minutes, that's a red flag. Unknown UPI handles or spelling mistakes are there, when you're making the UPI payments, that's a red flag. Okay. So, see, main thing when we talk about the scams, one of the very common thing I would say is urgency or making it to act quickly. In television, it used to appear. I don't know if it's still there. In India, we call it Naptol. They sell through TV, television. Others you might have seen. A person, a lady or a guy will be, speaking very fast. Okay, and they might be selling something, some products over the television that call it and buy this product, something like that. You might have seen that. So, thing is, what do they do? You might have seen that catch that they will say, hurry up, last offer, 1 minute left, last piece left, or last 10 pieces left. Hurry up, right? And they speak very fast. So, what do? They create the urgency. What happens when there is an urgency? Your brain stops working. So, what is there in front of you? It will just take that option. So whenever there's an urgency, whenever you're afraid, or whenever nervous, this is what happens. So let's suppose you know, um, yeah, whenever there's an urgency, your attackers take advantage of such things only. They make they take advantage of a fear or this urgency. They will make you to act faster. Because when you talk about phishing, for example, in phishing, have you ever received a message which says we have your personal pictures? We know what you have searched for. We know what you have Googled. We have your history. We'll make it public. This kind of a warning or threatful mails are there in phishing, right? So that is what threat, fear. They're taking advantage of fear and making you do something because your brain will stop working after that once you read that. It's as same as that, like, in front of you there's a lion or a tiger, okay, and the first thing which you will do is like your brain will stop working over there, out of fear, and you will try to run. First of all, you will choke. You will not be able to speak anything, and your brain, since your brain stopped working, if I show you a path, you will just run on that path. You will not see if there is any other path also or other ways to escape. No. So you stop working, but I will show you. You will just do that. That is what happens. These kind of things, and attackers take advantage of this. If I give you an umbrella term for such things, have you heard about social engineering? It's all part of social engineering. All these scams happens because of the manipulation. So social engineering means it's an art of manipulation, manipulating people. Because we as humans have this tendency to trust, to help. We have those kind of a nature. So these people or these scammers takes an advantage of that only. KYC phishing is also there. Um, KYC, when we talk about KYC, you might have seen, you do the KYC in your banks, right? KYC means know your customers. For others, let you know your customer. So it's a mandatory identity verification process in financial institutions like in banks and everything, okay, which is used to confirm customers are who they claim to be. Kind of a, this is something which was used to prevent the fraud or to stop money laundering or this kind of a thing. So they collect, in KYC they collect and verify you with your personal details like your name, your date of birth, your address, using documents like passports or IDs like that. That's what KYC is, know your customer. So in KYC phishing, what was happening, scammers, they were impersonating as a bank or a wallet like Paytm and something, claiming that your KYC will expire today. And they send fake links to collect the credentials or OTPs in India, one time passwords. So, for example, a message will be there, okay, which says update KYC, update KYC at bank name I'm writing SBI hyphen verify KYC.in. When you click on that link, it will take you to a website which looks identical to SBI website, but it steals the login information. I'll see. I'm going for credential harvester. Credential harvester means taking your credentials. Site cloner. Okay. If I open a web page, GitHub, login. See, this is your GitHub original login page. Okay. I'll do what? I will just simply copy this, paste it over here. There you go. Now, if you see this page, does it look like the real GitHub login page? If you see the look and feel, now, so if you see over here, this looks very similar to the original one. This is the original though. If I zoom in, okay. Just apart from, uh, nee, I'll tell that. Okay. Just apart from this, continue with Google, continue with Apple. If I just show you, and if you're seeing it for the very first time, not first time, I would say, if even if you see, if I have not told you that, okay, we are creating a clone or something, would you be able to differentiate between the original and the fake one in a one go? It looks suspicious, right? Only this part. But if you see the entire page, the look and feel of this page, it looks exactly like the original one. Correct? See, this is the original https://github.com login page, but this is the fake one where IP is mentioned. Correct? But it is not over yet. If I do something like this, sorry, not this. Let's suppose yes, not encrypted, correct? But thing is, I am able to create a fake page and I can use it to scam you guys, right? So what if something is sent to you, and now when you're entering your credentials over here, let's suppose we are entering the credentials like in the username it's asked, so I'll write Jeremiah, for example, and underscore 09. And in the password section, I will be writing something, let's suppose, whoa, it's not allowing me to enter password. That is fine. See, when I clicked on login, it redirected me somewhere else. When I say somewhere else, it redirected me to the original page. If I try that once again, Acha, okay. And if I password is Apple. If I click on sign in, you will notice that what it did, it redirected you to the original page, the original GitHub page. So as a user, what you will think is, oh, maybe an internet issue or a server issue. Something happened. Let me try to enter my credentials once again. And now when you enter your credentials, it will let you log in. It will let you log in. But meanwhile, in the background, what has happened, your credentials are gone to the attacker. This is what happens. Same kind of a scenarios happens in your WhatsApp messages as well. Have you ever got a message which says forward this message to 10 other groups and in order to get an Amazon gift voucher? Something like that. The fake website, see, within 5 minutes we were able to create the fake website, which looks very similar to the original one. And using that fake website, I was able to capture the credentials. That's what happens with you as well in the phishing emails or something like that. Same thing happens. You you know click on a link, it will take you to your company's a portal which is very similar to your company's portal. And when you enter your credentials over there, you might think, okay, there is an internet issue, and when you try again, it lets you log in. But meanwhile, in the background, your credentials are gone to the attackers or these scammers. So that's how people takes an advantage. And this slash shine is also there, right? An IP. It's not a domain name. Also, one more thing along with that is always look out for the domain name very closely. Yes, private IP, nice, good one. Domain names can be very similar, guys. That is one another thing which I want to tell you. Because if I go for over here, let's suppose the name is um stuff. Okay, in this one, if I say I will write github.com. Now see, it shows you what all possible similar domain names can be there. If you look closely over here, this is FitHub. Can you see this? This is Q, not G. It's Q. Thing is, we do not notice the URL oftenly. We do not look into that. Scammers takes an advantage of it. Okay. Same way, this is fine. This is something different. Another one. WitHub is there. This looks genuine. GJ. And I'll show you one more case. Okay. Mhm. No, where did it go? Yeah. If you see this one, can you see the small dot below B? That also makes it a complete different domain. So these scammers or these people do what? They buy such kind of a domains which looks very similar to fool people or to scam people. So this is also done. So always look out for domain names in such a way because people can use it to scam you. Okay. Okay. So KYC phishing, we were talking about KYC. So scammers, they impersonate banks or those kind of wallets and then send the fake links to collect the credentials or the OTPs through which they can do perform the transaction. So again, the same thing would be like I would be highlighting as the red flags would be your urgent or any threatening tone that your account will be blocked or links which are ending with you know .in.net or verify.com instead of official domains. They're ending with such things. Again, another red flag. Or they're giving you calls asking for OTP or screen sharing. These are the red flags. Fastag scams. Um, Fastag. Okay, in India, everyone is using the Fastag though, right? For those, in case of Fastag, if you do not know, it's a India's electronic toll collection system. Okay, and Fastag, if as you can see, it's a India's electronic sorry toll collection system. Okay, so they use RFID. RFID is the radio frequency identification technology. So they will scan, and then just the payment will be done over there. Just like we see that RFID tags are there when you shop something, when you buy a T-shirt or a shirt, they scan, right? So that RFID tags are there. So it allows the vehicles basically to pass through the toll plazas without stopping for any cash payment. Okay, online it is done using FASTag. So in FASTag scam, what was happening? These fraudsters, they were sending fake links, or they were calling, pretending to be from NHAI, that's Indian Service. They were pretending to be from NHAI service, you can say. This is for the National Highway Authority of India. That's the full form. So these fraudsters, they were sending the fake links or they were calling, pretending to be from NHI, saying that your FASTag is inactive, recharge it now. And with those fake links, they were capturing your card or your UPI details. So user, for example, clicks a link which says FASTag. The link says like this: FASTag recharge.in. So user clicks on this link and ends up on a phishing page where his money, let's suppose $5,000, is stolen. Instead of the recharge was of just 500, But instead of that, 5,000 bucks were gone because this was a fake link. So always look out for the domain name, as I told you before. So red flags over here in this fast-tag scams would be any messages from random mobile numbers, any fast-tag recharge link outside the official banks or Paytm. If they're requesting for card pins or CVVs, that's a red flag. Okay. So fast-tag can only be recharged via your bank application or this Paytm or NPCI authorized site. Okay. Fake support is also there. This is very interesting. Uh, when you order something, be it from Zomato or Amazon or any other website, what we tend to do is we tend to make this kind of a mistake. Let me show you. When you want to make a complaint, do we search on Google the customer care? How many of you have done that? I opened Zomato. It's a food delivery based application. Similarly, Amazon can also be there, right? So when you want to make a customer care, well, like when you want to make a complaint about a customer support, we generally go to the Google and look out for the number over there, right? Now I'm looking out for Zomato's customer care. Okay, if I click on the Zomato, www.zomato.com, so I'll search for Zomato customer care. Now out of these links, which one will you click if you want to go for the customer care? If I click on the zomato.com, if you see there's a form, there's an entire form to fill. But in this entire form, you will not see any number, correct? There's no number mentioned over here, right? No number. So if I go back, if I see one of the results are there which says Zomato customer service phone number and the number is mentioned over here. If I click on this, tell me, is it a good thing to go with this website? Is this a good option to go with this website and the call on the number which are mentioned over here? Is this more genuine? No, right? It's not. This is more genuine, correct? Which says zomato.com in the top. But we as humans, what we do, we want things to be done very quickly, as soon as possible, that kind of thing. Due to that, we see, okay, there's a link where the number is there. So we'll try to go with this link rather than going with the original zomato.com. So I will rather click on this link. And that's where we do a mistake. That is something which we should not do at all. Okay. Because now what happens on these numbers which are here mentioned in these websites, the third one which I was talking about, these are not legitimate numbers of Zomato that can be from a scammer. Okay, that can be from a scammer. And now when you make them a call, they will think, okay, they will try to manipulate you. They'll have a conversation with you that okay, we are from Zomato customer care. We okay, what's a query? What's a concern? What's a complaint? Everything they will ask to you. And in the end, they will ask you for an OTP. After manipulating you, they will ask you for an OTP. As soon as you provide them an OTP, you're gone. The money is gone from your account because actually it's not an original Zomato customer care number. It's totally a fake one. And once you call them, they take an advantage of that. Okay. So be aware about such things. Do not randomly, look out for a website and just randomly call them. That can be dangerous for sure. One of my friend has been, he suffered these kind of an attacks or this scam has happened with him. So he was trying to switch his SIM, like he was using a SIM card of Airtel, I guess, Airtel company. He was trying to change his SIM card, vendor into Geo. He was trying to convert. So he actually, what happened? I all of a sudden got a message. I was in middle of a session. I got a notification which Telegram used to give. Telegram tells you that okay, your contact has joined Telegram. Say hi to them. These kind of notifications are given by Telegram. So the same was given to me that okay, your this friend has joined the Telegram. Say hello or hi or something like that to him. Uh, I opened his profile in Telegram. It's a messaging application, by the way. So when I opened Telegram, I was trying to open his profile. I opened his profile and I got to know okay, in this profile, the profile picture is not good. It's absurd or it was not so called sophisticated. So now I messaged my friend. I told him that personally I messaged him over the WhatsApp that what kind of a display picture or profile picture you have kept. It's your family members, your friends are over here. It's not good. So he said, I am not using Telegram. He said, I have never used Telegram before. I was like, I can see your account created over here. But he said, no, I am not having Telegram on my phone and I have never used it. So that was the time he got afraid. ASAP he came to me and he asked for like how how it happened, what's the reason behind that, etc., etc. So then I asked him like, what have you done? He told me that I have not done anything, but recently I changed my number. Then I asked him, how did you change your number? He said, no, on the screen is here only, Atul. He said, when I asked him like, how did you change your number? He said, I searched for the customer care support. I searched for the customer care number on Google. That's how I got this. I searched for a customer care number in Google, and I had a conversation with them in order to, change my company's provider, a vendor. So I asked him that did it happen? Like, were you able to do so? He said initially no. Like in one or two call when I made them, I was not able to convert or change my SIM provider or SIM vendor. So later I had to go to the office in order to change it. And that was the moment I got to know that okay, he fell for the trap. He got scammed over here. Okay. So do not trust these ones which are over here in Google. The other website which are giving you the customer care numbers or something like that. That's totally something which is very risky and you know it can cause you a lot of damage. So never go with such things. Getting back to the slide. So that was regarding fake support. This is what I was talking about. So victims searching the customer care on Google and the fraudsters list their fake helplines over there. Those helplines are being displayed. So when called, they ask to install screen sharing application like AnyDesk, or they will ask for your OTP or something like that. Okay. Hmm. In fake support. This happens in Amazon also. A user, calls Amazon customer care found on Google, and the scammer says, "Let me verify a refund." Then empties the bank account via remote access. So red flags are there when someone is asking you to download any screen sharing or remote application, or they are demanding for an OTP. Red flag for verification, right? Or numbers which are found in random blogs, not official websites. These are the red flags. Parcel scams are also there. Victims, they get the fake messages claiming that your parcel is held at customs or pay 99 dollar or like dollar or rupees for delivery charge, and they'll give you a link which lead you to the phishing pages or a malicious software which can be downloaded into your system. Okay, so maybe any message from India Post asking for a small payment. After paying, the site saves your card data for future theft. So red flags are if there is any random tracking IDs or the links which are ending with something like this .xyz. If you can see an email over here, this part, if I click on me, this from section over here, this can be spoofed. For one time, I would say this can be spoofed, as in it can be changed by the scammers or these attackers. They can change this part. From here, it can be changed. The reply to we have to look out for something which you should do in order to check whether the email is legitimate or not. First of all, look out for this from part and see what it is ending with sdfcbank.net. It's genuine. You should check yours from where that mail is coming from. Also, when you click on these three dots, go for show original. Can you see this? Make sure all of these three are pass, first of all. And when you see an email ID over here, mm, hmm, these things, these from sections over here, they cannot be faked. That tells you the authenticity of that email. So when you see such things over here, and if it's correct, that means the email is genuine. You can trust that for a time. Otherwise, email part from here, this can be spoofed, this can be faked. But in the header part, it cannot be. Okay. So whenever you feel like, okay, this email is doubtful, always look out for its header. Okay. Whatever the link are given in the email, do not just randomly click them. Check for the legitimacy of that email, link as well, whether it is valid or not. Okay, just do not blindly click on them. Look out for the poor grammar or the mistakes, because yeah, that is like a red flag which can help you to prevent yourself from these kind of scams. Okay, so parcel scam is there. Let me share that once again. And online fraud is also there. So in online fraud, how it works, basically it includes the fake job offers. In this one, fake job offers will be there. Investment schemes will be there. Romance scams will be there. E-commerce frauds will be there. So fraudster, what they will try to do, they will try to build the trust, and then they will demand for the processing fees or the security deposit. For example, a person gets a WhatsApp message offering 5,000 per day. This has happened with me also, and recently it happened. Have you ever noticed that you are being joined into randomly into a group over WhatsApp or Telegram? Randomly, they will join into a group. So they will say that, okay, they will offer you that, okay, we'll give you 5,000 INR per day or some amount of money for Google review task. After earning the fake rewards, they're asked to deposit more money for withdrawal and then lose it. Like, for example, what happens? Um, my friend was, sitting near to me, and he didn't tell me that, okay, he has joined into a group. Uh, but they were offering these kind of they asked to perform the Google review task, and they will give you 100 INR for each review. 100 INR. So they shared a link. He used ChatGPT. He gave the review, and in return they asked for the like Google Pay number or something, like so that they can do the transaction. So they gave him 100 rupees. Okay, first they asked for the second review. He gave second review. He got 100 INR for the same as well. Now, They ask that, okay, if you want to earn more, you can perform the reviews, but before that, you have to give 5,000 or 2,000 as a deposit. Okay. Um, and then will or your bank details for more, transaction. We need more these credentials like your bank details, your, CVV, and this kind of a thing. And that's when they were performing the scam. So they were giving 100 to 100 in the starting part to gain your trust, and later they will scam you out. The same thing was happening in WhatsApp in these messages also. Person getting a WhatsApp message offering, 5,000 INR per day for Google review task. After earning the fake rewards, then these victims are asked to deposit 10,000 for withdrawal, and then they lose it. So red flags for these online frauds, I would say, is too good to be true kind of an offers, and asking for payment before job confirmation or profit return, right? And they profiles without verified company emails or LinkedIn presence like that. So always remember, main thing is too good to be true. Offers are always helpful. Too good to be true. Okay. So always remember, every scam starts with an urgency and ends with a regret. So pause, verify, and report, because your awareness is your best antivirus, I would say, that can help you out. Apart from that, if you see over here, so yeah, UPI kiosk scams which you're talking about, collect request, fake receive money, QR. This is what I was talking about before. See, thing is, if someone tells you I'm sending 500 INR, right, or let's suppose $5, please approve the request. What's the right thing to do? Approve or just ignore it or report it? If randomly you get a message which says, I'm sending you $5 or 500 INR, please approve the request. No, right? You should not accept it. You should instead report it. If we talk about, see, here on the left hand side, scammer's trick is there. Payment request from John Doe, amount 500. They'll say, I'm sending you 500, just approve. So scammer says, I'm sending you 500, just approve it. But actually, what they're sending a collection request. They're sending a collect request through UPI, not a payment. The app shows a payment request over here. See, you are sending money in this part. It's a payment request. So it looks like money is coming in, but it's actually asking you to authorize a debit. Okay. The victim sees authorized payment of 500 from to John Doe and thinks it's part of a receiving process. Once they enter their UPI pin, the money goes out, not in. So it's like someone at your door saying that I am sending you a courier, just sign this form. But instead, you are signing a check from your own account. All right. So this is there. This is what we need to look out for. And moving on. Okay. Just like a quick case study. It's regarding in Mumbai in 2023. Mumbai man duped in OLX scooter scam. Something which I was talking about before. Sorry, just a second. Here, yes, as you mentioned, 20,001. So it's like imagine you are selling your old scooter on OLX or maybe like a Facebook marketplace, right? Marketplace, sorry. So here a buyer calls you know, polite, um, quick, and sounds genuine. He says, I will send you 20,000 INR in advance right now so you can hold the scooter for me. So you think, wow, you know, that's trustworthy. But here's where the trap begins, right? In this one, what actually happens? The scammer they sends you a payment collect request through the UPI. So on your phone, it pops up as payment request John Doe 20,000. Again, see, as in the image, you have received a collect request for rupees 20,000. In step two, he quickly messages, Sir, it's my bank's process. Just approve it, and the payment would not go through until you do. In next step, what do you do? The victim, thinking he's approving a receiving request, he taps the approve button and enters his UPI pin. And instantly, instantly, 20,000 INR leaves his account. My brother also got scammed with 20,000 amount only in OLX. So now when you're trying to, as a victim, when you're trying to call the buyer, the number is switched off. The WhatsApp is blocked, gone within seconds. So these things happens. Okay. So look out for those things. So this was not a receive money request. It was actually a collect request where you authorized the sending money. When the victim entered his or her UPI PIN, the bank treated it as an outgoing transaction. It's like someone telling you sign this to get your parcel, and you realize later that you have signed a check instead of that. The same thing. Okay. So this happened in the real case. This type of scam was reported multiple times in Pune and Mumbai, in Bangalore in the last year itself, 2023, 24 as well. So fraudster they targeted sellers on OLX and Facebook Marketplace because people are eager to close deals quickly and trust those offering like an advance payment and everything. So so these are red flags. So if buyer insists on sending payment only through a link or QR code, that's a red flag. If it they uses urgency, approve it fast. I'm standing in a queue, or the UPI app shows payment request, not money received. Red flag. If they ask you to enter your PIN, remember UPI PIN is equals to sending the money, right? So all of these things are there. Always look out for these red flags. Now, moving on, we have in Hyderabad as well. A laptop seller in Himalaya Mall, Vastrapur, Ahmedabad, was stripped of 6,7,000 INR. The buyer said he would pay via UPI, scanned the seller's QR code, then showed a fake payment screenshot via WhatsApp, trusting that the seller handed over the laptop. Later found no money came in. Yes. See, have you ever received a screenshot on WhatsApp showing payment successful and just trusted it? Correct. So what if I tell you that image can be fake in 10 seconds? That can be done, right? This has happened with my brother also. I have that's what I'm saying. I have a very, very close link with these scams. It has happened around me a lot. So in this case also, a laptop seller in a shopping mall, they trusted a buyer who claimed to have paid 67,000 INR through UPI. The buyer thing is scanned the seller's QR code, pretending to complete the transaction and sent a fake payment screenshot. It was a fake payment screenshot. So the seller, believing it was real, handed over the laptop. And later, when he checked his bank account, there was no money ever came in because it was a fake payment screenshot which was shown. So scammer they shows genuine interest, they bargains less and offers the instant payment in this scenario. And then they ask for your QR code or UPI ID to transfer the money. And using a photo editor or a fake UPI app, because these are there, they generated a screenshot saying payment of XYZ amount is successful. And then he immediately sent that image via WhatsApp. Victim seeing the confirmation and trusting the buyer's confidence gives the item away. And when checking the UPI or bank balance later, no amount has been credited to the victim, right? So it's like someone showing you a movie ticket photo and saying they have paid, but the booking system never got the payment over there. So here the scammer never made a real transaction. The seller they fell for a visual confirmation, not a bank confirmation. They fell for the visual confirmation. And in UPI, screenshots can be faked easily. Only application or SMS alerts from the bank are the ones which are trustworthy. So red flags in this, I would say, if the buyer insists on quick handover after the payment, red flag. And if they are sending a screenshot instead of waiting for bank SMS, red flag. If they refuses to show live application transaction page, red flag. And avoids if they're avoiding giving full name or verified UPI handle, that's a red flag. So as a prevention part, I would always say, always check your own UPI apps or SMS for credit information. Wait for official messages from your bank, not the WhatsApp proofs. And do not rush handovers until you see, something like that X amount has been credited to your account. So for high value transactions, especially use bank transfers or escrow services and report frauds immediately uh, as per your country's cybercrime website. For India, it is cybercrime.gov.in or helpline number is 1930. Regarding FASTag only when we're talking about, so I told you it's an electronic toll collection system in India, uses RFID technology linked to a prepaid account or bank account to make the payments. And attackers are also using to, our scammers are using it to steal your money. So this is there for fraud landscape 2025. See, every year, yeah, every year scams they get a new face. It's no longer just a phishing emails, I would say. It's WhatsApp, fake camps, cloned helplines, and even rumors which are designed to panic us into clicking some links. Okay, so when you talk about in 2025, like okay, for this one, like how scammers have evolved, fraudsters today they mix technology with psychology, and also they're using AI chatbots nowadays, or fake customer service voices and realistic messages to appear legitimate. Over here, the goal is always the same: make you act before you think. Okay, so for that, you are getting fake SMS or WhatsApp about KYC pending. That is true. You receive a WhatsApp message that says, "Dear customer, your KYC is expiring. Click below to verify and avoid account freeze." So the sender even uses a logo and official tone over here. And the link, it looks authentic, right? So once you click, a fake site steals your credentials and installs the malware into your system. So over here, the red flag I would say is the real banks, they never send KYC updates via random WhatsApp numbers or links. You also get fake customer care calls, a person pretending to be from a bank or Amazon and says that, "Sir, your card is being misused. Please install this support application so I can assist you." And once you install that application, they get the remote access and steal your data, or they might initiate the transfer as well. See, the thing is, they no legitimate service ever asks you to install remote access applications. Fake KYC camps collecting documents, yes. Fraudster they set up the temporary KYC update booths near the malls or housing societies. So they collect your PIS, personal identifiable information. your ID details, your photocopies claiming they are renewing FASTag or bank KYC like that. Later, these details are misused for either SIM swaps. They might swap the SIM using those details. That can be done. Or loan frauds or identity theft is always there. So always verify the official bank KYC camps. Most real banks handle KYC inside their branches only, right? And viral smartwatch FASTag scam rumors exploited. So it was a fake social media post which says, "Be aware, fraudsters are scanning your FASTag via smartwatch Bluetooth." This rumor spreads panic. Then these scammers or cyber criminals, they launch the fake FASTag protector application. So first they will start a rumor which says FASTag via smartwatch Bluetooth is happening, and then they will also start a FASTag protector application or to block the scanning and that thing. But those applications are actually a malware, a spyware, which is stealing your data. So they start these kind of a campaigns and rumors also. So first they will put a issue and then give you the solution, but that solution is also actually a trap. The visual phishing SMS plus screenshot plus warning sign, yes. So scammers circulating images of blocked account and those SMS templates, or even design the application that mimic your bank's alert tone. So it is meant to build the familiarity so that when a real looking SMS arrives later, you fall for it quickly. So never trust the visuals. Always check sender ID and their official website, verify those things. KYC and fraud alert, the same thing. You receive an SMS or WhatsApp message saying like this: WhatsApp, urgent, your FASTag KYC is pending. This is what we were talking about. Update immediately to avoid any deactivation. Right? Click here. An SMS from FASTag alert, recharge FASTag immediately to avoid penalties and blacklists. So these are something which are used as an part of a scam. Prevention: never click links from SMS, WhatsApp claiming FASTag updates. Use only official applications, website like NHI, My FASTag, and or your bank's portal. And ignore and delete suspicious messages immediately. And report fraud at cybercrime. This is for India, cybercrime.gov.in, or call 1930, which is a helpline number. Always go for these. Whenever anything happens, thing is, respond as soon as possible. That's the only way we can at least have a chances of getting prevented from this kind of an attack, or you can recover your money back. Because whenever the scam happens, what you can do is when you call, as Vikram was mentioning, directly go to bank. Bank also says, okay, this is not possible. But thing is, when you complain for the cyber crime, if your money is not taken out by the scammers, so the cybercrime department will ask the bank to freeze that amount into the scammer site. So now once that amount is freeze, the scammer will not be able to take that money out from that bank account until unless they prove that this is a genuine money. Because what happens when you make a complaint and when you go to the bank will, let's suppose if you are a victim and this is a scammer somehow took $1,000 from your account. It was transferred. When you make a complaint to cybercrime.gov.in and to the bank, they will freeze this amount. It will get logged. This scammer will not be able to take out this amount now until unless they prove that it is a genuine amount. So what will happen when you report it to cybercrime port or department? They will send a summon letter to that scanner's address or whatsoever that bank account in which that money was transferred. In that bank account, whosoever owns that bank account, a summon letter will be sent to that particular person, and they'll be asked to justify that how this money was given to them, because you have reported it's a scam one, but they have to. The summon letter says that okay, you have to come to our branch and you have to justify how did you get this money. So if they are able to, obviously they will not be able to prove it, and then that's how they will get caught, and your money will be returned to you. But thing is, these scammers they generally do not use their own account. Do you guys know that? Quite obvious. They take bank accounts of different people and then do the transaction over there. So they will go to a village side, countryside. You can say people those who are not much aware about the technologies of the banks. So they will create account of those people over there and take entire control of those accounts in their own on their own, and then do the scams. So that's why it's difficult also to catch the scammers. So this case study, as I told you this before, dear customer, your Pasa KYC is pending update immediately to avoid. This happened when the user clicked on that link. Parcel and customs duty frauds are also there. Scammers they impersonate custom officials through automated IVR calls, claim that a parcel is held due to unpaid customs duty, ask victims to pay immediately via UPI, online banking, or payment links, and money gets transferred and becomes untraceable over here. Yes. So fraudsters they impersonate customs or courier officials and contact you through automated IVR calls or the WhatsApp or SMS. And they claim your shipment is held at customs due to unpaid duty or missing documents. To release it, they demand instant payment by via UPI links or fake payments gateways or QR codes. Once paid, the money goes to the mule accounts and tracing it becomes nearly impossible. How the fraud works, I will call is mentioned over here. See, so you get an automated phone call with a robotic voice that this is, for example, this is Indian Customs. Your parcel is held for unpaid duty. Press 1 to pay or speak to an officer. The caller ID might even show Delhi Customs or a familiar looking number thanks to caller ID spoofing. The moment you press 1, you're connected to the real scammer posing as an officer. Okay. And what happens once you connect, the scammer raises the pressure over here. This one. They will say, like, okay, your parcel has suspicious contents. We might have to freeze your bank account, pay the customs duty now, or legal action will start. This stage is designed basically by the attackers to create fear and urgency, leaving no room for rational thinking. Right? So it's like someone saying your exam result will be cancelled unless you pay immediately. So you panic first and then you verify it later. But till the time it's too late, right? So you made the payment, the trap. So scammer they will send you the fake payment link or UPI ID to clear the custom duty. You pay some 2000, 5000 IR maybe, and sometimes the link even looks like a real government site. It might look like that, just like we did before for GitHub. So to make it convincing, they might say you will get a payment receipt on your registered email. But the moment you pay, the money moves to a mule account and obviously it becomes untraceable within minutes after that. So you lose your money. OTP stolen, funds vanished. So past duty frauds has happened. So in 2025, cybercrime helpline helplines across India, they received thousands of complaints from people who got calls claiming to be from Indian customs. They were told that their parcel was stuck at the airport because of unpaid duty. And victims they were asked to, that same thing, press one on the call to connect to a custom officer, pay the release fee immediately, and confirm the payment to get tracking details, all of those things. So most victims they lost around 2,000 to 5,000 or 10,000 INR, thinking it was a small genuine payment. So these scammers, they spoofed the caller IDs that displayed names like Delhi Customs Office or India Post like that, and their IVR messages sounded official, complete with background beeps and voiceovers like this call is from the Indian Customs Department. Your parcel is on hold for verification. Press 1 to proceed, and all those things. Right? So these were there. How to protect yourself? Do not share banking information. Never ever give out OTP, PIN, CVV. Never do that. Never. No genuine bank, courier, or government agency will ever ask for your OTP or card PIN. Even if the caller says I'm from this XYZ bank or I'm from customs or Paytm like that, hang up the moment OTPs are mentioned. So in 2024, scammers they called pretending to verify refund eligibility and asked for the UPI PIN to process 200 rupees cashback. And the victim lost 18,000 instantly just for the 200. So sharing a OTP is like, handing over the key to your locker, I would say. So you may trust the caller's voice, but the vault still empties, right? Rule 2, verify online, use official websites for sure. Before making any payment or entering personal information, check the URL, please. It should start with HTTPS. Okay, it's a secure one. Do not go with HTTP. And it should belong to the official domain like bankname.com or gov.in for India's part. Avoid any shortened link, tinyurl.com. See, for example, if I open Amazon, can you see this URL is too big, right? I'll copy this or I'll take it to the product. Let's suppose after one. Okay. I'll just copy this link. You can see this URL is quite big, right? I'll just simply copy it, go for tiny URL, and here. If I put URL over here and shorten link. Now, if I see, I can make a QR code also of this. If you see, this QR code will take you to that link. Yes, Maria, exactly. The same thing. Same. That's why I said bit.ly, bit.ly. If I copy this and if I paste it over here in the new tab, it says https://tinyurl.com. If I hit enter, it is redirecting you to the same website, same page. See, that's how normally it works. But the thing is, if I'm sending a message to you, if I'm sending an email to you and I'm mentioning tiny URL over there, it can be risky, right? Because you do not know where it is redirecting you to. Correct? If I just send you this tiny URL in the chat like this, you have no idea where it will be redirecting you to, right? But as a scammer, I can use it like, okay, for Amazon, for bank purpose, I can say, okay, this is my bank's portal. You have to log in over here, or you have to change your credentials, or I can pretend to be from Amazon, something like that. That can be done, right? So do not trust tiny URL blindly. What you can do is, if it's a tiny URL or any shortened link, in Google, you just have to write URL expander. Expand and check shortened URLs. Simply put it over here, expand it, and it will tell you where it is redirecting to. See, destination www.amazon.in, astronaut figure sculpture, and so on. So it will tell you where it is redirecting you to. And it tells you it's okay. Like it will be successfully redirecting you to over there. Okay, so always verify. Do not just blindly click on the tiny URL or bit.ly, which Maria has mentioned. They both work in the same way. Okay, this can be also this can be also be risky. This is risky as well. Just blindly click on any tiny or shorten URL. It's not safe at all. So do not share banking info. Verify the online things, right? Just make sure you're not clicking on any fake ones. Click on the official URL. Rule 3, I would say ignore suspicious calls, hang up and block. Yes. Scammers, they sound confident, but they rely on your confusion. Okay. So if someone says, I'm calling from your bank and ask for any credential, disconnect immediately. You can always call the bank yourself using the number printed on your debit card or their official website. A Delhi businessman from New Delhi, they got a call from Amazon support about around 20,000 refund. That person downloaded that help application as told and lost the access to his entire account. This also happens. And fourth is report fraud. This is from India. Call 1930 cybercrime.gov.in. As per country, it might be different. See, the faster you report, the higher the chances are there of freezing the transaction. Okay. It's like a golden hour rule. Report within 2 hours or 1 hour of the fraud for best recovery chances. Okay. If you ever feel like any file which looks suspicious to you, any URL looks suspicious to you, a search if you're not sure about them, any URL, IP address, domain of file has something, just put it over here. Just put it over here. So for example, if I went for Amazon, copy this, put in virus total, it will just scan for it because it has multiple big companies associated with it. It will look into their database. Does this URL is safe to access or not? If it's a green flag, that means you're good to go with it. If it's a red flag, that means it is suspicious. See, it says clean, 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 clean. And all these are antivirus, anti-malware companies, those who create such things for you. Fortinet, um, big name, Bitdefender, you can see, Bluelive, right? Kaspersky, and many more. All of these are there, well-known ones. I'm just giving more names for you. But yeah, this works in such a way. If you have any doubt, visit this website. I'm sharing the link with you all. Just see if you are able to access the link or not. Are you guys able to access the link? I'm trying to see if I'm able to show you. If I upload a file, or you all do have any history? Okay. Volatility, if I go, nice. Now see this one. If I have to show you this, and that file got deleted. It got deleted. No worries. That's fine. Download. One gave us, okay, this is the malicious one. If I expand it, it might tell you that it is more, it's more than malicious. Hmm, okay, anyway, but when you put things like this, it will be scanning it for you and will tell you whether it is malicious or not. Okay, so it's quite good to scan for any URL or any file which you feel like okay, it's malicious. You can use this one. It give you pretty good results. This is also fine. Disconnected. Hmm. Fine, all of these are fine. Fine, that's why nothing is happening. Cool, no worries. Um, My antivirus was working, that's why those malicious files has been deleted, but that's fine. Main thing is virus total is something which you should know. It's pretty good platform. So whenever you are in doubt, whenever you feel like okay, this is suspicious, just scan that file or URL over here, and it will help you to get the better results. Like it will tell you whether it is malicious or not. So it's like to verify. Moving on, let me share the slides. Here, tech support scams, remote access apps like AnyDesk. The thing is like the thing fraudsters they set up the fake customer care numbers online for popular brands like Amazon, Paytm, SBI, banking part. So when you call them, they sound professional and they ask you to install remote access applications like AnyDesk, Quick Support or TeamViewer. So they claim like, sir, ma'am, we will fix the issue. Please open Play Store and install this application so that I can assist you. So once installed, they request you that 9-digit code something to connect. And within seconds, they can view everything on your screen. They can control your phone or systems remotely. They can access to your banking or payment applications and even steal the OTPs or your UPI credentials. So it's like you're giving a stranger your house keys and then walking out while they are still inside. Not just that, we have also fake support scams. So fraudsters pretend to be tech support from a well-known companies like Microsoft or Apple. They contact the victims via phone, email, pop-ups, or chat and claim there is a virus, malware, or system issue that needs urgent fixing. Okay. So fraudster over here, they pretend to be a tech support agent from trusted companies like Microsoft, Apple, or any antivirus provider, and they reach you through phone calls claiming to be from customer care or emails about suspicious login attempts or pop-up messages saying your device is hacked, which I give an example of, or fake chat windows mimicking the official support portals. Thing is, once they gain your attention, they use fear tactics like your system is infected or bank account is compromised and convince you to install those remote access applications like AnyDesk or TeamViewer, or to share your sensitive data like your card informations or your OTPs to verify your identity. Okay, so they pretend to fix a computer, but they're actually fixing their own income. All right. Why they are dangerous? So they trick victims into giving remote access to the computer, see, steal personal data, banking details or passwords, and they can install malware, ransomware, or spyware as well. See, malware means malicious software. Okay. Virus is malicious software. See, when you message someone over the WhatsApp for the very first time, have you seen it says a line over there, end to end encrypted, right? If you text someone for the very first time on WhatsApp, you will see this thing written over there. It means that data is secure for the privacy matters. It is secure, and only you, who is the sender, the authorized people can see that. The sender and the receiver can see that message. Nobody else in between. So if Jeremiah is sending any message to Maria, so only Jeremiah and Maria can see that message. In between, or other contacts cannot see that same message, right? That's what encryption does. So attackers are taking advantage of this technology only. So they lock, okay, or encrypt all your data and folders, files and folders in your system. In order to access your data, obviously you will not be able to access the data because it is locked. In order to unlock it or in order to access your data, you have to pay a ransom to those attackers. That ransom is in the form of cryptocurrencies. Better solution for the ransomware. First of all, do not click on any random links. Do not click links. Do not download any random things. Secondly, always use backups. Always have backups so that even in your data is lost, you can use backups to restore your data. So backup plan should be there. You should back up your data on a day-to-day basis so that even if there's a ransomware attack, because you never know when someone can attack you with a ransomware attack. So for that purpose, always use backups. For company perspective, if I talk about enterprise perspective, they maintain their backups due to this reason, one of the reasons. So a defense against ransomware is first of all awareness, second is backups. So yeah, getting back to this, they demand ransom in the form of cryptos because it becomes tough to, catch them after that. Spyware, as the name suggests, it's a spy. Pegasus, it's Israeli-based malware. It was quite strong one. What it was doing, generally how we transfer malware is by phishing emails, by sending you some link, when you click on something, when you download something. That's how malwares are transferred. But Pegasus was so strong that if I just give you a missed call, that's it. That malware is transferred into your system in a mobile. It was very famous for mobile phones, for iOS based. So it was that strong. But spyware does what? Once it is transferred into your devices, it steals your data. Whatever activity you are doing, it's sending a record of it to the attackers, the one who created that spyware. So it tracks your activities. Ransomware encrypts or lock your data and demands for a ransom in return, right? So these things basically turn your system into a bot, like a robot for future cyber crimes as well. Okay. So in 2024, there's a CERT team, Computer Emergency Response Team, we call them, response team whenever an incident happened. So India based. So they reported cases where scammers they have used remote access to install agent Tesla malware to silently sending data to some foreign servers. They were, selling it over there. People's data. These things often lead to financial loss and identity theft. The end result is like people lose both money and their identity. So once they have your credentials, they can empty accounts, they can take loans in your name, or use your documents to create fake profiles for future scams. So it's like a thief who not only steals your wallet, but also your IDs and starts pretending to be you. Okay. So in Chandigarh, it's in India only, this year itself, a man got a pop-up saying his Windows license is expired. He called the given number and installed AnyDesk, and the scammer used the session to transfer 65,000 INR from his net banking and from that victim's net banking and later applied for a credit card using his ID proof, which was saved in his system. So they were able to do such things as well. It would be around like 800 plus USD. Deepfake audio for identity theft. It can be used, yes. It can come under identity theft as well. Because, see, identity theft means what, Maria? That using someone else's identity or their identity attributes without authorization so that we can deceive others, right? So, identity attributes will include everything: the name, the face, signature, voice, even the credentials. So voice will be like a biometric identifier, right? So deepfake audio, they clones a person's voice, impersonates their identity. So yes, it squarely fits in under that category. Okay, because you're impersonating as a real person over there. How it works, basically, unexpected calls, scammer calls pretend to be a bank tech support. Yes, remote access, victim downloads application, gives controls of devices to the attacker. And step three, loss and exploitation or exploitation, we can say. Um, yes, so loss and exploitations are there. Money transfer, data compromise. Sorry for the spelling error over here. So thing is, attackers, yes, the scammers, they usually begin with an unexpected phone call or pop-up alerts. They pretend to be from bank, technical department, or Amazon, refund support, Microsoft, Apple Service Center, like that. Give you those kind of saying like your account is being misused, we need to verify it, or your refund is stuck, please allow me to fix it remotely, those kind of thing. The step two is the remote access. Victim downloads apps, give controls of devices. So once you trust them, they ask you to install a remote access application, such as AnyDesk, TeamViewer, or like that. And you're told it's for technical assistance or KYC verification, whatsoever. Once they got the control, loss and exploitations will be there. So once they have access, scammers they strike quickly. They might transfer money from your UPI or net banking accounts, or they might steal stored card informations or OTPs, or they might install spyware to track any future activity like that. So in some cases, they even lock the victim out of their own account or encrypt their files like a ransomware attack. So remote access apps misuse, these are the ones: AnyDesk, TeamViewer, Ultra VNC, Remote PC, and many more can be there as well. These applications are used to take the controls of the other person. So red flags of fake support scams: receiving any unsolicited calls or emails claiming urgent issues, being asked to share OTPs, passwords, or banking details, contract, contact information looks generic, suspicious, or spoofed, like a fake company numbers or email addresses. These are. Some red flags you should look out for. Prevention: do not install remote access application like AnyDesk or TeamViewer for strangers. Never do that. Verify the contacts through official company numbers, yes, or websites before taking any action. And keep your software and antivirus updated to prevent malware and vulnerabilities. Okay. So always does this. Please do this one. It's very something which is important. Keep your software antivirus updated. You might have heard those kind of you know things that okay, if you update your iPhone, it becomes slower, or they deliberately do that, right? Thing is, if you ever read those updates of your Microsoft, of your iOS or Androids, it is clearly mentioned over there that those updates are fixing the bugs. You will see if you give it a read, you will see it has written fixing this bug, fixing that bug, etc. So those updates are like a patches. They helps you to remove the vulnerabilities or the weaknesses from your system so that attackers cannot take an advantage of that. So always keep your software, I would say your devices, operating systems, your browsers very specifically because browsers are targeted a lot. So whatever the browsers you're using, please update them and your antivirus also update it to prevent any malware or vulnerabilities over there. Make sure you do that. Common red flags, urgency and threats I told you, pressures you to act fast, immediate actions required. Yes, the shortened links and files, the suspicious cryptic URLs like these things, bit.ly or tiny URL, and new channels and contact. Reach out from an unfamiliar numbers or emails to you. Okay. So scammers, they may change their tricks, but their signals never change. So whether it's a phishing email, a fake support call, or a parcel message, you will always notice one or more of these three warning signs. Okay. Urgency and threats. It's like act now or lose everything. Shorten links and files, where they say like click here to verify something like that. And new channels and unknown contacts like who are you? So scammers they often reach out through unfamiliar channels, um, like WhatsApp, Telegrams, or personal emails, pretending to be officials or support staff. That same thing. Hi, this is your bank KYC team. We are from customs, or your parcel is held like that. Phone hygiene quick wins. No remote access. Yes. Never install screen share applications for bank help. Please do not do that. Right. Think of your phone as a digital wallet. It holds your money, identity, and private data. Okay. But unlike your physical wallet, this one is connected to the internet 24/7. So keeping it clean and secure is what we call phone hygiene. So these three things can help you to, save you from serious loss. Okay. So remote access, never install screen share. Yes, this is the first rule. Never install application like AnyDesk, TeamViewer, quick support when someone on a call asks you to do, especially the banks, insurance firms, or e-commerce platform. Never, they never use these kind of a support. Okay. Secure your SIM. Keep SIM in your own name and pin it. Your SIM card is linked to everything, isn't it? Your bank OTPs, your UPI authentication apps, even for the multi-factor authentication codes. So if someone duplicates your SIM, we call it SIM swap attack. So they can receive your OTPs and take over your accounts easily. In India only, there's a Pune businessman. He lost around 1.8 lakh. That would be around 1987. Okay. K. Around this much. So that person lost this much amount due to these kind of attacks only. So that Pune businessman, he lost 1.8 lakh INR or 1987 USD. After scammers, they performed a SIM swap by providing fake documents at a telecom store. So always keep your SIM registered in your own name. Add a SIM pin. Okay. There's a SIM lock option in your phone settings. Please go for that and you can set up your SIM pin. Never share your phone numbers on untrusted websites. That's why your numbers also get leaked. Okay. The spot for those SIM swap signs. Okay. So if your phone suddenly shows no service or emergency calls only, and you did not change your SIM or you did not change your plan, but still if it's being shown to you that no service or emergency call only, it could mean someone cloned your SIM. So it's like someone copied a house key and you find the door open. Now your network dropping without reason is your first warning. So immediate action should be taken. Call your mobile service provider immediately. Log into your bank or UPI app from another device and change the password and report to the bank and those cybercrime as well before scammers can drain your funds. Which of the following is a common sign for a UPI QR scam? Good one. It will be B. The next one. How do KYC or FASTag frauds usually occur? It's gonna be B. Fake SMS links for recharge or updates. One last one. It's gonna be B. Okay. So regarding financial fraud, something which we have discussed, common types of financial frauds are there. We have phishing. So financial fraud, okay. Financial fraud are the ones where it is like referring to the deceptive or dishonest practices which are used in order to obtain the money or the assets or personal data illegally. So scammers, what do? They manipulate the trust, not technology, the trust, to trick the individuals into voluntarily sharing the informations or to transfer the funds. Okay. So common types of financial frauds are there: phishing and scams, which involve the fake emails, SMS, or calls that appear to come from trusted source like banks, courier service, or government departments. Over here, the goal is to steal the personal information, your passwords, your OTPs, your card numbers, like that. Identity theft, another one. Fraudster, they use your personal information, right, to impersonate you for maybe for loans, for SIM card swaps, or for e-commerce account, like that. Investment fraud, this type promises the guaranteed high returns or quick profits through fake stock tips or cryptocurrency schemes or online trading groups. Okay, for example, a fake Telegram group or WhatsApp group offered daily trading profits of 5%. Members they invested 50,000 INR or 1500 euros or 1500 USD like that, only to find that group deleted after a week. So again, I told you, always remember if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. It's a fake one, right? These are the impact financial loss for sure. That's the most obvious one. People lose their hard-earned savings through unauthorized transfers, fake investments, or online scams. Emotional distress will be there. Direct monetary loss will be there. Uh, yes, victims often they face guilt, embarrassment, and anxiety, thinking it was their fault due to which that money was out. So this emotional trauma sometimes stops them from reporting crimes, which helps scammers get away. And loss of trust. Repeated frauds, they create fear of online banking, payments, and digital platforms, which slows down the digital adoption, especially among senior citizens. So here, speed matters. As I told you this before, fraud spreads in seconds. Digital fraud multiplies rapidly through automation. Yes, that is true, right? Scammers they use bots, scripts, and AI tools now to execute multiple transfers simultaneously. Early detection prevention prevents big losses. Yes, the sooner you detect suspicious activity, the smaller your loss will be there. Mm. Early alerts like SMS notification, bank app alerts, or fraud monitoring systems they help us to contain the damage. And compliance and regulation need instant reporting. Laws require immediate fraud reporting. Yes. So, under if I talk about from Indian cybercrime and banking guidelines, timely reporting can determine whether you get your money back or not. So, if you report within, generally it says if you report within 3 working days, RBI, Reserve Bank of India, policy says you are not liable for unauthorized transaction for banks and payment systems. So, if you delay in reporting, however, shifts the liability to you. Okay. So, because see, cybercrime does not wait, and neither should you. The law is in your side only if you act fast. Okay. So if you report as soon as possible, within 10 minutes, 20 minutes, like that, it increases your chances of getting your money back. Otherwise, that scammer will take out the money from the bank. Real world quick stop cases, bank froze account in 90 seconds, saving lakhs. This is what I was talking about. In Chennai, in India, a customer they noticed an unusual debit message at midnight. He immediately called his bank's emergency number, and the fraud team they froze the account in 90 seconds, preventing the scammer from transferring 2.5 lakh amount. So one fast decision can save you a lot of amount of money. Early detection technique, detect real-time monitoring and alerts are there. This is where it all starts, I would say. You cannot stop what you cannot see, right? So detection involves setting up systems and habits that spot any unusual activity in the real time. So for example, receiving SMS or email alerts for every bank or UPI transaction, fraud detection AI in banks monitoring abnormal behavior, right? Like 1 lakh INR sent to an unfamiliar account at midnight. Individuals checking credit reports or application permissions regularly, like that. So detection is like having CCTV for a bank account, always watching, always alert. Police complaint won't help. The immediate action should be the bank and the cybercrime.gov.in. 1930, go to the cybercrime department, a portal,
Mm-hmm.
lodge a file over there, and connect with the bank to stop the transaction. If you connect with the police, then
Mm-hmm.
that file will be taken to cybercrime, then from there to another place. That will take amount of time, and by that time your money will be out. So if you do
Correct.
cybercrime portal is more important, and 1930 and the bank connection. These three are
Correct.
immediate places where you should go for. Detect, verify, yes, verify, confirm the legitimacy of transaction, I would say. So whenever you detect any suspicious activity, do not assume it's a mistake. Verify immediately. Call your bank or verify through official applications, not through links or numbers. from the same message. Okay. So, for example, if it says 5,000 debit message shows up, confirm if it's your transaction. Okay. An email claims to be from your bank. Check the sender's address over there. And then contain, freeze accounts, stop suspicious activity. Yes. Once you confirm something is wrong, stop the damage immediately. Containment means blocking the path of fraud before it spreads. So freeze your card or UPI ID through your banking application. Disconnect your phone from the internet if malware is suspected. Bank fraud teams freezing the funds in the first hop account. They do that as well. That's why if you report quickly also, they will just they will freeze the funds on the other side. And report, notify regulators, stakeholders immediately. It means the final step is crucial. Reporting and make sure legal and financial help kicks in. Quick reports allows the bank and the cyber cells to track and freeze the funds before they vanish. Okay. So 1930 is there in India, cyber helpline. Cybercrime portal is cybercrime.gov.in, and go for the bank helpline. These three things are there. Hmm. Okay, 1930 and cybercrime.gov.in. Preventive measures for individuals. See, always use strong passwords, two-factor or multi-factor authentication, which will be helping to secure your device and keep your software updated. Keep your antivirus update. Keep your browsers or regular software also updated. Use strong password. Okay. When you talk about a password, so we can say uppercase, lowercase, using numbers, right? Symbols as well. Sixteen makes it quite strong, definitely. But I would say still 12 to 14 is also fine. Uh, 8 is good, but should be more than 8, I would say, because it becomes easy to crack because there are methods of cracking your passwords. 12 is good of a number. But you might have seen your banks also ask you to change your password after a month or 2 months, right? Maria, yes, avoid PIN password. Password should not contain your name, your date of birth. It should not be common. It should be unique. So after 30 to 60 or even 90 days, I would say max, change your passwords. That is important. And please do not use the same password which you have used in your Gmail. Same password you should not use in other portals like Instagram or Amazon, like that. No. And the website I'm trying to open, this one. First of all, if I open like this, Maria, yes, correct. Now see guys, if I enter my email ID in this one, and click on check, it says, oh no, on. This email address has been found in a data breach, one data breach. In which website actually? It was in Canva. So I had an account in Canva. You guys might have heard about this application, Canva, right? It's quite popular. And see, my email ID was registered, my password will also be there. Hackers, they stole the data, it was compromised. So hackers, they also got the data out of this. Canva. In that data, my email ID was there, and maybe my password might be also there. So, and Canva username as well, whatever the Canva username was. Thing is, if I would have used the same password which I use in my Gmail account, they would have got the access directly, right? Let's suppose my Gmail ID is this. 10. Let's suppose my password is same @ 100. Okay. If I would have used the same password in Canva, now what was the risk? That the attackers have my email ID. See? And if they have the password, although that password was of Canva, but they could have tried it in my email ID also, right? Gmail account. If both the password was same, that means from Canva's password, they got the access to my Gmail account as well. Make sense? Yeah. So one thing, do keep your Gmail password separate. It should be unique. Never keep the same password for other accounts. And especially for your banking part, I do that. For my bank purposes, my separate number is there, which I do not register anywhere, and the email ID I do not register anywhere. So those things are there. The main account of my banks, I have separately created an ID for that, and separate number is used, which I never upload or write anywhere. Do not store the password in the plain text. Instead, use the password managers so that you can keep your passwords over there. It encrypts your password so that you can use that to secure your password. Okay. So key pass manager is there. You can use that. There's one also concept which is the name passphrase. Passphrase means, since many people find it difficult to remember the password, so they have said that you can use a phrase as a password. So what I can do in this one is, like, I can literally use any phrase. Like, it can be line from a movie, or it can be a Harry Potter spell, like Wing Guardian Leviosa. Now, can you see? It has a good length. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 characters length. It contains uppercase, lowercase, special characters. This is exclamation mark, @ numbers as well. Everything is over here, right? So it's lengthy. It becomes very difficult for an attacker to crack the password, and it's easy to remember as well. That is what is known as a passphrase. Okay. Just regarding passwords, also one more thing. If you go in this, have I been pawned? If you see password section is there. If I click on this password and write a password to check. For example, if I write PASSWORD @123, it will tell you that this password has been seen these many times before in data breaches. So you can check whether the password which you keep as a password has it been part of an breach or not, or whether it is already leaked out or not. So that you can make sure to never use that password again, because attackers can use those passwords. Okay. So this is a very good website to check for your own. Yeah, but this you can just give it a look at the image. We have already talked about it, like a process. What you can go for this one. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, integrating 112 with cyber and financial fraud responses. This is 112 is the number for police or emergency help, but did you know it can now also save you from online financial frauds in India? So just like calling 100 for cops or 101 for fire, 112 is now India's single emergency number. If you realize that money has been stolen, maybe from your UPI, a card, or online banking, you can dial 112 immediately. Your call is routed to a financial fraud help desk instead of a general emergency operator. Okay. Then you make the details, call routed to financial desk fraud desk, right? The support officer records the fraud details like type of fraud, the card number, a card regarding card, UPI or phishing, transaction reference ID, bank name or UPI UPI handle which was involved. So this information is logged into the centralized system, which is connected with the NPCI, National Payments Corporation of India, and all major banks. Okay. Then step three, that data is pushed over here to 1930 or cybercrime.gov.in. Once the fraud details are recorded, they are automatically transferred to the 1930 helpline and cybercrime.gov.in portal. This means your complaint instantly reaches to local police for FIR, banks for fund blocking, and for cyber fraud coordination center. Step four, this thing, bank and NPCI, they freeze the funds for you. The system alerts the concerned bank and NPCI in real time. The goal over here is to freeze the funds in the first receiving account before they move to any mule or layered accounts. So this is the process. 112 either you can call or you can directly go with the cybercrime.gov.in. Why security matters? Okay, in terms of security, protect it helps us to protect, yes, the personal, financial, and professional information from the theft. True. It helps us to prevent unauthorized access to emails, social media, and banking accounts. Yes. It helps us to maintain the trust with family, the friends, and clients, and help us to avoid any financial losses and long-term identity fraud. It helps us to prevent from those things. So these are the reasons that security matters. And many more reasons are there because we are, transferring to the digital lifestyle. Everything is being connected with the digital platform. So that's why security is quite a necessity now. Okay. And these cyber criminals, they do not just steal once, they reuse your personal data to open fake loans or conduct any, fraudulent registrations. This leads to the identity theft fraud, which can take months to fix. Gmail login protection for regarding that, quick bits are there. So attackers, they often create hidden email forward, these kind of forwarding rules, or they might try to access your Gmail accounts. So for that, you should have these things: use strong password or password manager, enable two-factor authentication of pass keys, which Gmail generally asks you to do now. Multi-factor authentication always helps you to protect your account because in case if a hacker steals your password, this two-factor authentication makes sure they cannot log in without your approval because that would also need your mobile phone. So in that way. So you might have seen, those notifications in your Gmail account. Match the number after you enter the password. So two-factor authentication, even in your WhatsApp, even in your Facebook, any other places wherever you can activate multi-factor authentication or two-factor authentication, do it. It will secure your account. And avoid phishing emails and the links for sure. Those fake Gmail or Google pages that look real to trick you into entering a password, avoid them. Look out for the domain name. Always look out for the domain or URL. Check whether it is starting with HTTPS or not. Right? Always look out for these things. Do not blindly click in any of the links. For Facebook, security checkup features are there. Okay. Facebook has this inbuilt security checkup tool that helps you to review your account safety in one go. So it will look out for the password, devices, alerts, two-factor authentication like that. So in showing you that, but what you can do is you can go to the facebook.com /security/checkup. It will show you three quick checks where you are logged in, your device and location, your password strength, and your two-factor authentication status. Okay. Review and remove any suspicious logins or devices into your Facebook. Okay, enable this thing, quite obvious, and set the logins alert. This I have done all these three. So Facebook, they can alert you instantly whenever someone tries to log in from a new device or a browser. So this gives you a chance to react fast by changing password or logging out other devices from your account. Okay. So in settings we have security and login. In that part you can get the alerts from there. In security, so, settings, sorry, you have security and login. So here you get alerts about unrecognized logins. From here you can activate that. Facebook privacy control, yeah. Profile privacy you should activate. Okay, login and security should be there. Quite obvious. Uh, the same thing from the previous slide which was there. Login and security, alerts and two-factor authentication, everything. Content and audience control should be there. Like you decide who can see your post, your photos and stories, be it public, friends, or any selected people. Data and tracking. Facebook tracks your online behavior for ads and analytics. So you can control how much data is collected or shared with third parties. Again, in settings, you have your Facebook information, in which you have off Facebook activity. In your Facebook information. So click manage off Facebook activity or clear history. Turn off the future of Facebook activity part and add preferences. Disable the interest based ads. This thing needs to be done. And activity and post management is there. Facebook keeps all your likes, comments, and searches. So you can manage or delete them for privacy. That can be checked from activity log. That three dots are there in Facebook. Activity log. So you can review post, like searches and interaction. So you can manage the activity tool to bulk delete or old or embarrassing posts. You can do that. And friends and connection control. Do not randomly, because scammers, they impersonate profiles and send friend requests to your contacts, creating a fake trust network. So go to privacy. You can select how people find and contact you. You can set who can send you friend requests, friends of friends, like that, and hide your friend list. Profile your friends, edit privacy, put it only me, so that others cannot see your friend list. Okay. And decline the duplicate friend request. Check if it's a clone profile or not, like that. Do's and don'ts for Google and Facebook security. Use strong unique password, obviously. Turn on two-step verification. Remove old or unused connected apps. Use a password manager. Keep your device updated. Enable login alerts and check privacy control. Don'ts. Do not use the same password. Yes. Do not click suspicious links or attachment. Yes. Don't ignore security alerts. Do not share your credentials. Don't accept friend requests from strangers. Do not use public Wi-Fi for logins. Never do that. It is advised not to do that because it can be set up by some malicious purpose as well. And do not ignore connected device reviews. These are a couple of do's and don'ts. Digital fakes can include everything. Your fake emails. Okay, so phishing emails, when you are trying to understand them, try to look out for a couple of things. As I already told you, SPF, DKIM, DMARC, it should be pass first of all. Okay, in email headers, check for these things. Be aware of suspicious attachments, macros, something which can destroy a system. Whenever there is a link in an email, just hover the mouse over the links before clicking on it. It can tell you where it is really redirecting you to. It tells you the expanded form of it. Completely, it will tell you where it is redirecting you to. Because I can give you a button in an email which says click here, and it will redirect you somewhere, and you have no idea. So before clicking, just put your mouse pointer over it or hover it. It will be showing you where it will be redirecting you to, like www.xyz.com, something like this. Just hover over it. And in phishing email, generally grammatical mistakes are there. Urgency will be created. Uh, Greetings won't be there. It will be like a generic greeting. No salutation. They will write dear or hi. That's it. And the mail will be started. But generally the mail starts with, if I'm sending a mail to Maria, I will write hi Maria or dear Maria. If I'm writing an email to John, I will write hi John. If it's for Justin, I will write hi Justin or dear Justin, like that. I will not keep it common, dear, comma, and the mail will start. No, that's suspicious. Nobody does that. And identifying the fake domains, which we did before, always look out for them. Spelling tricks. Okay. Check for the certificate that log sign before that, HTTP and HTTPS part. And detecting the deepfakes. Yes, deepfakes are happening a lot nowadays, correct? So for detecting the deepfake, look out for the couple of things. You will see unnatural reactions or expressions or lip sync in those deepfake ones. Odd shadows will be there. Shadow is something which gives away those deepfakes, so always look out for them. Okay, so lip sync and expressions. This part. Deepfakes often struggle with natural human expressions because AI does not yet perfectly mimic micro movements. So lip sync mismatch might be there. Words do not align precisely with mouth movement. The mouth says hello, but audio starts a fraction late or early. Frozen facial regions will be there. The rest of the face stays oddly still when only lips are moving. Unnatural blinking will be also there. Some early or low quality deepfakes forget to blink or blink too slowly. And emotion or voice mismatch might be there. Tone of voice does not match facial emotion. Okay. So it's like, think of watching like a badly dubbed movie. Something feels slightly off, even if you cannot point out why. And inconsistent lighting is also there. AI, they can blend faces well, but lighting consistency often gives it away. Okay. Shadows that do not match. One side of the shadow is bright, one side of the face is bright, but the background lighting does not align. Glowing or uneven skin tone, light reflection in the eyes. Real video shows natural reflection. Fakes often have flat or misplaced highlights. Some edges flicker or blur that does that, especially around the hair or ears. It will be a bit blurry like that. So you can verify the authenticity whenever there is an image. Do the reverse image in Google. You have that, right? If you see any deepfake image, just put it over there. Screenshot the video and upload it into Google Images. Or TinEye is also there, or Yandex is also there. Or Google image, obviously. So if the same frame appears on older or different context videos, older one, uh, if it's in different context, sorry, if it's in different context, so it's a fake one. Okay. And use fact checking tools as well. Deepface scanner is there, Reality Defender, browser extensions are there. They analyze video fingerprints for you. Reality Defender, it's a browser extension, you can keep it, or Deepface scanner. And check the source, always verify. Was it posted by a verified account or any anomalous handle? Do credible media outlets report the same content or not? So these things need to be looked out for. This is very specific for India part only. Aadhaar card safety measures. Use virtual ID, right? That is one thing. True. Biometric lock, keep it off. It is switch on by default, but keep it off, the biometric locks. And check the history of your Aadhaar card as well. Do not share entire Aadhaar card with anyone. It can be risky. Okay. Um, this VID, virtual ID, it's a temporary revocable 16-digit number linked to your Aadhaar. It can be used instead of the Aadhaar number for authentication. Just to let you know. Okay. You can use a masked Aadhaar ID instead of giving the entire data. Use masked Aadhaar, which is hidden. Your entire Aadhaar card will be hidden. Last four digit will be displayed. Go to myaadhaar.uidi.gov.in and switch off your biometric, because by default it's on. Attackers can take an advantage. It was in recent part, like a year back, attackers, they were using your biometric to take money out of your bank accounts. They were not using any 8 OTP or PIN, nothing. Just they were stealing the biometric and then using it to steal the money from your account and check the history for the same, wherever things are being used. Your authentication history, basically. So UIDAI, they maintain a history of all Aadhaar authentications. Every time your Aadhaar or biometric was used, it will be displayed over there. So check just to confirm.